Welcome to the Cafe Nightly Show. I'm your host, the Goldsmith. Today is the 20th of August, 2024, and it actually is a big day. It is a big day in Upland. Community designed neighborhood number one, the first one ever in the game of Upland. At least Upland's called a community design neighborhood. Ultimately, it is a neighborhood supporting community design structures, and all the structures community designed, all the special structures for that neighborhood. So kind of exciting to see that. We'll go into that. We'll have some look at some details on that, and it is kind of the encapsulation of something that happened over the course of several months. Good to see you, 6X. Something that happened over the course of several months. So we'll get into the specifics there. Is a Tuesday. There's a Tuesday in a season. So a Tuesday in a season means that we did have some cosmetic drops today. Also, a reminder and an update here. A deadline is approaching fast for seasonal sparklet drops. We'll get into what that means and what should be the course of action. Getting ready for getting as much sparklet as you possibly can get. I talked a little bit about it earlier. Talked a little bit about it when it was announced, but definitely worth coming back to and looking at it in a little more detail. And of course, as to kick everything off here, let's get the disclaimer out of the way. All views and opinions expressed by myself and mine alone should be taken as game strategy or financial advice. The represent the game, they're a team of Upland. Any guests or contributors who we do have on have their own opinions. They should be taken as game strategy or financial advice. They represent myself, the Goldsmith, the Cafe Nightly Show, or the game of the team of Upland. Easy enough. Well, let's share the screen and take a quick look at the announcements that did happen from Upland today. They did drop them in such a place we can take a look here in the Upland Cafe or Upland Discord. Get a quick look, and a couple of them here. Again, notes that we've all seen and been waiting for more than anything. Something that is a cumulative effect that's happened over a little while, and that is going to be these structures. This is something that's built into long term over the last 6 months. Yeah, I guess so. Upland had this idea that we're talking about blueprints and being able to have unique structures, and the idea that these could be tied to a neighborhood or could be tied to a specific set of properties. And in this case, this is something that we had talked about as part of the Genesis Live, or the Genesis events for Genesis Week 2024, where there's a competition leading up to Genesis Week, where there was structures that were designed, submitted, a team decided on them, and ultimately, poof, became an entire cohesive neighborhood worth of structures. That's a neighborhood that is going to be locked. You can only build these structures inside that neighborhood. So Upland is making a little bit of an event around accumulating these structures, which the properties haven't been made available. They haven't been mintable yet, and now they are. The grand opening of the Upland's very first community design neighborhood, Arts et Métiers, is set for Thursday, August 22nd August 22nd, 2024. Timing 9 a.m. PT, as always. The neighborhood was brought to life by the visionary creativity of our 2024 designer winner, the Genesis Design winner, Death Ender, aka D-Tech. Starting Thursday, the 22nd of August, 9 a.m. PT, Uplanders will have a chance to mint their own place in a unique neighborhood. With each property comes the opportunity. Again, that structure is not tied to your property. It's your opportunity, once you own a structure in the neighborhood, to build one of these structures. Again, that opportunity to build a custom designed building exclusive to Arts and Métiers. Again, if you do not own a property in Arts and Métiers, you will not be able to build these structures. If you buy one of those properties, you can build that structure. Obviously, you have to spark hours over time, but this is an opportunity to get some structures that can't be built anywhere else. We have had many of these events where there were structures that were only able to be made during a short period of time, only able to be started during a short period of time. We've had them when they were tied to cities. We've had them tied to parts of cities or neighborhoods. We've already seen that happen. But now we are going a little further in a little different direction. Good to see you, Swarley. A little different direction in having so many structures tied to a neighborhood, and that neighborhood theoretically is going to have those cohesive design, these cohesive set of structures that are all designed to be on the same theme. So let's go take a look at those structures, and with a big caveat and a big clap to DTech for putting this together. This was a culmination of winning, but a culmination of a lot of work that went after winning. Win the contest, prize is there. You've got a quarter million UPIX, not a lot. 5 Spark, not the same that they were 6 months ago, or the same value they were 6 months ago. But ultimately, it isn't a huge honor. They're going to have an entire neighborhood that's going to be a player's design structures. Essentially, it's going to fill this out. It looks like more than likely, why would you build anything else in the neighborhood? Exclusive Neighborhood by Death Ender. We're thrilled to announce the grand opening of Upland's very first community design neighborhood in Paris, set for Thursday, August 22nd, 2024, 9 a.m. PT. This is no extraordinary neighborhood. It is Arts et Métier, a vibrant new place, new area brought to life with the visionary concept of the 2024 Genesis Design winner, DTech. Again, harness the power of user-generated content. The Arts et Métier neighborhood highlights the incredible talent with our Upland community. This project showcases how individual creativity can transform the virtual world, underscoring the passion and potential that exists among other players, and sets the stage for even more groundbreaking contributions in the future. Starting Thursday, the 22nd of August at 9 a.m. PT, Uplanders will have a chance to mint their own piece of this unique neighborhood, where property comes with the opportunity to construct custom designed buildings exclusive to Arts et Métier. This isn't just another neighborhood drop. This is the beginning of a new era in Upland, where each neighborhood has the potential to stand out on its own with its own distinct character and architectural flair. Great. This is pretty incredible. It's great to see this happen and hit. This is a potential to see this continue to happen. Let's take a look at these structures. Upland. Listen, music. UGC Connect. Arts et Métier. Exclusive Neighborhood. Boom, 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 boom. By Death Ender. And we'll take a look at the structures as they do run through. Ooh, they're loud. I believe that is the micro apartment. Look at this. Wait for that. And we can come down and take a look at some of the details here again. 9 a.m. PT, the minting. The minimum property price, 8,950 UPIX. The maximum property price, 164,680 UPIX. The average property mint price is 32,757 in that neighborhood. There's going to be about 600 of these properties available. So when you think about it, for a release, for a minting, it's a pretty compressed minting. There's not a lot of properties to go around. There's not a lot of opportunity there. But this is a chance to have a property in an area that's probably going to be pretty well built out. I can see that the people who are going to want to mint in that neighborhood probably are thinking build the structure, because that's what that neighborhood's all about. Again, being a 600 property neighborhood, it does make sense that that 600 property neighborhood is kind of special. That's a relatively small neighborhood, but having that opportunity to build these limited structures only able to be built in that neighborhood, it would be very, very cool. I'd love to see it. Have that neighborhood get built out as quick as possible, as soon as possible, and have it be all these structures. And we'd love to see that happen. It'll make the neighborhood, like I said, stand out long term, and it'll just be a fun, exclamation point to this contest, exclamation point to the UGC design structures. And again, the reason why we're talking about UGC design structures, we're using the Uplands pushing it, I believe, at this time, is we're going to make this cross of the threshold here with blueprints at a not so distant future. Uplands talked about them being on the map and coming very soon. Upland has had one blueprint go out, or they've done an event with a blueprint that went out, would have those blueprints get constructed and those become structures. So I'm likely going to see this become a new part of the UGC landscape in Upland. Custom design structures or structures designed that get built with blueprints. There's no blueprint activity here. you're just going to be able to build these structures in that neighborhood. But that idea of building structures and submitting them and having them come out, we've had this happen before. But again, with another location locked structure, we could see more and more of this, becoming the future of the game of Upland. Swarley, this is a release that should have been put in the shop, not the normal mint, allowing 600 players to each get to get one each if there are 600 interested. I hear you, but because we're talking about properties, I like the idea of competitive minting, but I do get it. You could have one person getting five, and if somebody's 5 minutes late, you don't get any. And I very much see that happening. I very much see the 600 property neighborhood minting out very, very quickly. Again, if you can't rush to the bathroom when this is happening, you're probably not going to get a property in this neighborhood. Again, this is not a financial advice. This is not game strategy advice. This is not saying you have to do it. You should do it. This is the reality from what I can see out there, my own eyes, my own thoughts, that these are not going to be properties that last very long. People are going to buy them up pretty quickly. Max price of 164,680 UPX. I have that all day long. I have that. Swarley saying in Bermuda 2.0. Yeah, people buy. Some people get 3. Most people get 0. And some of the people who get 3 sell them at a huge profit. I could see that happening. But yes, I mean, you get a small number of people who get what they get, and everybody else is upset. You might have 600 people, or you might have 2,000 people trying to vie for these properties as they're available. And ultimately, it might be 240 people or less that end up with properties here, because some people will end up with multiples. So we'll see. We'll see, Braswali. But I agree with you that yes, it's not going to be an even distribution. Not everybody who wants one's going to get one. And some people who want them are going to get more than one. And some people who buy more than one are buying more than one for the flip. And some people who are buying more than one are buying them to hold forever. And ultimately, if I'm going to mint, which I'm going to mint, and I can get 3 or 4, I'm going to get 3 or 4 because that's the way this is set up. And I'm going to hold them. That's what I'm going to do. And again, there's other opportunities and other options. And, Upwind could have done things differently. But the reality is, this is your opportunity to get ready, get in and mint. And if you mint one of those properties, you are going to be able to build some of these structures. DTAC, Upland's 2024 Creator of the Year, is a leading inspiration within the Upland community with over 3,000 UGC items to his name. DTAC's commitment highlights the endless creative possibilities Upland offers. Their work on arts et métier showcases how their talent and vast opportunities available to creators on the platform. Don't miss out on your chance to be part of the groundbreaking moment in Upland's evolution. Whether you're looking to pick up a prime piece of real estate or simply want to experience the uniqueness of a community design neighborhood, Arts et Métier is the place to be. Get ready to make your mark in this one-of-a-kind Parisian neighborhood. Dive into the Upland creator experience by visiting our Upland Gitbook to learn more. Again, Upland's using this, and more power to them. Upland's using this to give a shout out to UGC in general, and to encourage people to go and take a closer look at what is UGC and how can you be participating if you want to. And the Upland Gitbook is kind of your introduction. We're going to just jump in there just because the link was there. Is your introduction to what you're going to do to meet the needs for multiple processes. You can go in here and go to the introduction. You'll learn a little more about the Creator Hub and how it's set and what it does. You can go and take a look at the guides overall. You can see the tools available. And specifically the playground is a huge one. Validator is a huge one. And we will go back and turn around and look at the playground in a not so distant future. Still working on working a date out when we're going to go take a look at the playground and have a very special Jason Festa on with us. And if whoever does have their mic open, if you don't mind, give it a shut off. There we go. we very special Jason Fester to come on and talk about the playground, what's going on there, and the evolution, what will be going on in the future. But these are two huge parts of what make the UGC community work or make the submissions work. And of course, if you have questions, there is a strong and robust community of UGC content creators. You can get in and be part of that on Discord. There are other places to get in and interact with other Uplanders or in the UGC community. So definitely put your eyes out, keep your eyes out. I think if we can just add one here, just right here, maybe here, maybe here, maybe here. Just sneak one in here in the game of Upland, where we can put a channel for UGC conversation. I mean, again, these are just open conversations. It is not the same as a Discord group where I think it is more easy to go in a channel and search for things and scroll through. This is more of a stream of consciousness, but it could be nice. It could be nice to have that conversation specific to people in the UGC community or who are working on creating UGC content in the game of Upland. Let's go back and take a look at a couple of announcements. But before doing so, I'm just going to say the structures look great that were put together by D-Tech. The theme, a lot of glass, glass and steel, glass glazing, large pieces of glass incorporated in these structures. Again, very, very pristine, ornate looking structures with this idea that it is a cohesive set of the structures all tied to each other and have very similar design characteristics. I can go over the playground tonight after the show on my own channel. I was already planning to do so, to do a blending live session. That's great, Blue. Hopefully you have a chance to go through that. That is something that is nice to know that is there. If you haven't played with it, it is an opportunity for you to essentially mess around in the game of Upland without actually being in the game of Upland. Get an idea of scale and even play with some assets and see what they look like on the map and how they fit. And that can even be a way to pilot or look at and prepare for areas of the map that you want to build structures in that you haven't yet done so. So it's definitely worth putting our eyes out there and keeping opportunity to all tools that are out there. And again, the Upland playground is one of them that is available. Let's take a look at another quick one here. This is a reminder, we've had this conversation already. We'll continue to have the conversation. The first snapshot for the Sizzle Season Sparklet drop is 10 days away. A snapshot of awarded Sparklet will be taken on Friday, August 30th. What that snapshot means is that's all of the Sparklet that you earned prior to the TGE that was awarded, I should say earned or awarded, and what you kept in the game. If you took it all out, well, then guess what? You don't qualify. But if you left it in the game of Upland and that's Sparklet you had been awarded, then you are going to have the opportunity to get a bonus on that or be able to get an airdrop on that. So as a reminder, your minimum Sparklet count will be multiplied by a multiplying factor. And again, that's gamified, that's driven by missions, resulting in your final tally. Keep in mind, this is 10 days away. Keep in mind, our gamified earnings are meant to go to the 15th of next month. So we are a little early on the end of our earnings tally, but you want to get as high of a multiplier as possible. So you better start cranking now, kid. Now is the time to get the number as high as possible, to get the multiplier as high as possible while you're watching Overwatch. I want to get into Overwatch. That's again, there's certain times, certain seasons for the emotions, for the games you want to be in. Now is Overwatch season for me, so I gotta get there. But this is big. This is because this is the opportunity for you to get as much Sparklet as possible. You complete a couple more gamified tasks, depending on how high you are on that list. That could be another multiplier. You get 3 tasks done. You could be doubling or tripling the amount of, or you could be doubling the amount of spark that you are getting, the spark that you gave this. It is worth completing another task or another couple tasks if you can get them done before the 30th. There's also the opportunity to get a 0.25 multiplier added in, again, plus 0.25 5 on top of whatever your multiplier is, um, by just bringing in 500 additional sparklet. So if you can bridge in a net of 500 additional sparklet into the game of Upland, you again brought into the game through bridging, you will be getting 0.25 multiplier addition. Again, add 0.25 to your multiplier. This is big deal. This is a big one to take advantage of. Obviously, complete a couple more tasks. That's a big deal to take advantage of as well. Get as many gamified earning missions done as you possibly can, and don't miss your chance to get a huge bonus multiplier. Get all the details about your seasonal sparklet airdrops here. It's a Medium article. La Luja, look at that. How it works, again, there's a snapshot of the word spark that is taken, that was taken specifically on the day of the TGE. And then there's another snapshot that's taken on the 30th. How much of that sparklet have you kept in the game of Upland? Again, there's 3 seasons this is going to run, and there's 2 drops each season. So there's 6 of these total drops. The sparklet holdings, the first number of sparklet tokens that you hold at the time of the snapshot will be considered. If your current sparklet account is lower than that original snapshot, the lower number will be part of the calculations. That's what that snapshot is, the 30th. It's how much of the TGE sparklet, the sparklet you held at the time of TGE that was awarded to you, not purchased, how much of that do you still have in the game? And if it's all of it, then it's going to be all of it. That's all that's going to count. This is not to ensure that players are awarded in this drop for their pre-TGE awarded sparklet that they have kept inside the game of Upland. If you've taken it out, doesn't count. All right. Hurry, says Cheese. I will hurry. Be nice if Track Hero would update. Oh, wait. It has updated. Woo-hoo. Well, but I got it updated for you. Swarly. But yes, with this is an opportunity to continue with activities. And the only reason why I let that segue into Track Hero coming, that's one of the activities I personally have to do to get some more gamified earnings. I haven't done it. Get one more checked off the list by going and doing the Track Hero racing. For example, if you held 1,100 award sparklet at the TGE snapshot and you hold on to 900, aka I took 200 out of the game, my baseline is now 900. If you held 1,000 award sparklet, we don't need to keep doing this math, but it's 1,000. Essentially, if you brought more sparklet in to that 1,000, it can never be higher than the TGE snapshot. It doesn't matter if you bridged in 10,000 sparklet. Obviously, that is what this is designed for. Looking at your awarded sparklet as of the TGE, with the caveat you have to still hold at least that much. Now, the more gamified earnings seasonal missions that you do complete during this season, the higher your multiplier will be. Now, watch this. We talked about completing at least 5 missions to get to 14.7. That's great. That's fine. That's dandy. But watch what happens when we go from 5 to 6 to 7 to 8 to 9 and keep on going. You go from 5. 5 is 1.5 times multiplier. That's nice. That's nice. But if I can just go from 5 to 8, that's 3 more tasks. I get to 8 tasks completed by the 30th. Now I'm at 2.2 times multiplier. Number one, that's quite a bit more than the 1.5 times multiplier. Number two, if I go and do 3 more tasks on top of the 8, now I'm at 3.2 times multiplier. Ooh. If I can sneak in a couple more tasks here along the way, 1 more task has been at 3.2. Another task. One more task has been at 3.6. 1 more task has been at 4. 1 more task has been at 4.5. And then all the way to 15. 5.1 times multiplier. Again, this is something that's not necessarily easy to get all of these done, especially by the 30th of this month. But you could get pretty far down this list. If you could get to 10, that's quite a multiplier. 2.8 times multiplier. Sneak the last couple in along the way, and we could be talking about you having up to 5 times the amount of sparklet that you would have gotten from the drop had you not completed as many tasks as you completed. This is a big deal. Take advantage of it. Again, I mean, if you can only do 3 tasks, that is a benefit to you. If you do 1, you get the 1 times multiplier. But again, if you can get 5, 6, 7, 8 tasks done here, the rewards are going to be significant. If you think about all your opportunities in the game of Upland, I kind of had this conversation yesterday, and I've put it out there a few different ways. If you look at doing a few more of these tasks, this may be some of the most impactful short tasks you do in the game of Upland, because you could, no guarantees. I don't know what Upland's airdrop's going to be. I don't know how this is going to be set. We don't know what the amounts are going to be because it's a coefficient that's applied based on the number of people that participate overall. But this could be very significant as far as an airdrop's concerned. This could be something that gain a 2 times multiplier on a halfway significant amount of sparklet. That could be a significant boost to your game of Upland. It's going to have a value, a monetary value, because you could go out and sell it potentially. But that's not what my focus is on. Everyone can have their own focus. Again, no game strategy, no financial advice. But this is your opportunity to significantly affect the amount of spark that you're getting from the airdrop. And I really hope you take it seriously, because it could be very much in your favor. That is going to be happening again another 5 times. This is just the first one that's happening. But let's take it seriously if we can, if it makes sense. Lots of sparklet is better than a little. Oh, yeah. We always saw that. That's fine. I'm looking forward to that airdrop for Friday. Let's take a look at a couple more things. Oh, that's fun over there. Getting back to, again, one big thing I did want to do. We do these drops. We do these drops every Tuesday. Let's take a look. Let's take week number 3 of the Sizzle season. There's our pass. There's a common. There's a rare. There's exclusive. There's a legendary. Block score fire. Ooh, flames on top of my block score. Okay, okay. There's decent background, and then obviously the badge. I'm not a huge proponent of burning your pass or buying a pass and burning it mid-season, or mid-season to try to get the rest of the drops. You could. Again, it's a diminishing return. The later it is, the less you're going to get. They're drops that you have forever. You can modify your your profile here in the corner. You can modify that and keep those for forever. I think those along with you. Oh, here's some fire. Let's take a look what that looks like. We can modify that and essentially keep those modifications, use them for later times. But again, later in the month, you get less of them, less value than if you had burnt it in week number 1. I missed week 1 this year because there was this season for Sizzle season. There was something weird where it wasn't burning at whatever time I tried, and they said I was going to come back later, and I didn't. I didn't come back in time. So, it's something you got to remember to do. You got to remember to burn those things. Burn them when you can. And burn them inside the window. And let's take a look at the other drop here. That's different. We already saw those. Here it is. There's a sizzle. Here's the file. Sizzlers. All right. And that is a prop card. Yeah, I think so. So that is going to be something that we are going to continue to have for a few more drops this month. So keep that in mind. But as of right now, that's where we are. I will put out on these. Again, these are opportunities to change the way your block explorer appears on the map, change the way people see your property cards. These are not NFTs. You cannot sell them. I always like to remind people that, but it is something that there has been some confusion on in the not so distant past. All right. Well, for tonight, I can kind of put a couple things on the roadmap for the week. First and foremost, on Friday, that's when we'll actually get our airdrop rewards for our Chapter 2 airdrop. Again, our share and earn airdrop. And then finally, like I said, the 30th, that's a big day. Mark it on the calendar. Get to work, get some tasks done, increase your multiplier, get as much sparkle as you humanly can. And for tonight, thank you so much for being here. Monday through Friday, 7:30 p.m. PT. We do this thing. We look at the daily news. We share. And of course, if we have some perspective to put on it, we definitely will. And as I always like to say at the end of every show, if you're in the Upland Cafe chat, if you're the Upland Cafe in the game of Upland, please feel free to unmute your mic. The floor is yours.